reversing with the 10 blade to the point of the nose, and then a line from the side of the eye to in front of the ear hole. Pull back the lip nice and tight, and then also from in front of the ear hole, you're going to go down to a V. Hey dog lovers, it's Jade from Hackney Barkers, and today we're in for a treat. We have Rocket, a miniature poodle, and she's going to be getting a full groom. We are going to be showing some tips and tricks on how to do the perfect poodle face and top knot. She doesn't get poodle feet, but we will be showing you how to get a lovely tube leg or cylinder leg. Let's go have a look. At the moment, Keely is still brushing her. Let's go see how they're doing. As you can see, Keely is brushing and combing Rocket. This step is one of the most important, so your prep work is definitely the most important part of grooming. If you do find a mat that isn't working with the brushing or the combing, you can always use the mat splitter that you can see Keely using here. So what she is doing is using a slicker brush, brushing through. This helps straighten out the curls, and you want to make sure that you are getting to the skin but not applying too much pressure so that it doesn't make the skin sore. You want to keep moving that brush around. Then, with a comb, she's going to comb through the area that she has brushed, and this way you'll be able to find any of those little knots that have missed out from the brushing. Then you want to tease it through and ensure that you go back with your brush and brush it out. You can always pop a mat, if you find one, on top of your fingers, and then you can separate it like that if you do have to work on it for a little while, so you're not going to be irritating the skin. This speeds up the whole entire process, having a good, clean, knot-free coat. And as part of the prep, you can see that Keely is using the Wool Mini Arco to shave out and clear her pads. Now that all the prep work is done, let's ask Keely what the next step is.
We're going to go into more detail with each section, so I'll start with the body. Rocket doesn't have a crest, but she does have the top knot, so I'll start clipping from about 3 fingers down from the occiput. We all say it differently. With the body as well, when you're with the clipping lines, you want to make sure you don't make it too terrier-like. So you want to skim off the shoulder blade here very lightly. You don't want to bring it in so that it makes their leg more like pronounced. You want it to be very seamless with the body. And then here, you want to skim off down here, leave a bit of the tuck up so that we can make a nice tube.
Keely is going with the direction of the coat, so she's not going against it or diagonally. And also what she's going to do is she's going to grab her comb and she's going to fluff the hair in reverse and then go back over it as well, as you can see. Rocket is a little bit matted underneath on her belly, so we are just going to use the same blade but in reverse. We are just checking over here with the coat being nice and even, and to achieve the full tube legs, we are scissoring them. You can achieve a similar pet type of tube leg by using a long clipper and then finishing off with scissors. However, because her legs are very full, we are doing a full scissor. Rocket is booked in for 2.5 hours from start to finish, so that includes the wash and brush. And this is to achieve and have enough time for a nice tube and, of course, a beautiful finish. Now that her body is clipped perfectly, what is the next step, Keely?
So we're going to start with the front tube leg. So what you want to achieve is a round beveled foot, and you want to fluff up the hair and you want to go straight down so that it makes a perfect tube. I've already clipped the pads and I've already done the nails, so that will make sure that I can make the perfect proportionate leg for her. Her poodle feet are still growing out, as I accidentally gave her poodle feet one time. So she will still have that full foot, but when you lift it up you can see that it's still growing. Well, the only reason that I didn't think anything of it was because she sat so perfectly still for her feet. So I was like, oh, she must have done this before. Absolutely, I was just gobsmacked when I read the notes. I was like, oh my god. So here's the before and after. I finished the tube leg and now I'm going to go on to the back leg. So here's the back leg all brushed out, and as you can see the shape, we have skimmed down the leg with the clippers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with beveling the round foot like I did with the front leg, and then I'm going to bring it down from the flank, and I'm going to make a nice curved line down to the bevel. And then here you can see that we've shaved quite far down, So I'm going to brush that up and I'm going to take all of this off, and as I get to the hock I'm going to go make a nice round tube-like shape. So her legs are all done. I've also done a slight pom-pom on the tail. They like it quite full, so I've just done a basic flag. And then now we're going to move on to the face, and we're going to show you step by step how to do a clean poodle face.
So a clean poodle face starts from in between the eyes, a little bit further up, reversing with the 10 blade to the point of the nose, and then a line from the side of the eye to in front of the ear hole. All of this is nice and clear. Pull back the lip nice and tight, and then also from in front of the ear hole, you're going to go down to a V, usually in a nice way. Sometimes it does set from here, but that's old times. So we're going to go to a nice V in here, and then everything is nice and clear. Moving on to the final part, the poodle top knot.
We're not using a comb attachment for her top knot, so we're using full scissoring. So I'll bring it forward, scissor, back, scissor, to the side, scissor, and then to the other side. And then I'll fluff it all up to make a nice light bulb top knot. So here's Rocket all done. We have finished her light bulb top knot, and we are growing her ears out, so we've just trimmed around the edges. And she looks fantastic.